This is a Planet Vero production for Evergreen Media. And now it's time to put you on the spot with EGM.
Hello and welcome to On the Spot with EGM. I'm Jesse Krisky, and joining us today from the upcoming production of A Comedy of Tenors at Riverside Theatre, it's Jen Cody. Hi, Jen. How are you?
Hey, Jesse. Good to see you.
Good to see you, too. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Now, we're all excited for A Comedy of Tenors. Tell us a little bit about this production.
Well, it's a comedy. It's funny. It is a farce. A lot of door slamming, running, scantily clad people, tenors, so they're as opera singing. It's really, really funny, fast. Like, I think it's an hour and 40 minutes of just in-your-face laughing. If we do it right, which I think we do.
I think you will, absolutely. They always do it right at Riverside Theatre. And so I love the write-up here. It's Paris. It's a packed stadium. The stadium's all buzzing. And we've got 4 tenors, 2 wives, and 3 girlfriends in one hotel suite. What could possibly go wrong?
I think that's actually a line in the play. What could possibly go wrong? And then everything goes wrong.
Yeah. And so you're Maria Morelli in A Comedy of Tenors. So
well, I'm Maria Morelli.
Very good. I love it. I love it. All right. And so tell us a little bit about your character.
Well, Maria is the wife of very famous opera star Tito Morelli. And they've been married 25 years. So there is a relationship that they have where 2 passionate Italian people usually communicate by yelling at each other, but they love each other deeply. And Tito is a part of a, like, you think he's one person, but then he's not that person. And then there's another person who looks like him. And so there's a lot of madcap confusion between Tito and Beppo. And there's 2 women who think that they are with the other person. You know, it's a classic farce. But I get to play Maria, who is, I think, like the fire and the passion of the piece.
And can you identify with that fire and the passion? Do you have that passion in your own life?
Not at all. No, no, exactly. I think that I try to tone back the passion a lot, but I'm definitely use my own things when I make the character Maria. I think she's a little bit of Jen.
Okay. And it sounds like a lot of fun to play on stage.
So much fun. It's a 7-person play, but you would think that there's 20 people on stage. Everyone's running and changing their costumes and doors are slamming, and it feels like a huge show when there's actually only 7 of us.
That's terrific, yeah. And I hear this is a sequel.
It is. I mean, you don't have to have seen the first play.
Mm-hmm.
The first play is called Lend Me a Tenor, which was a very popular farce. I think it came out in the 90s, I want to say. And the author loved these characters so much that he wrote a sequel to that play where 4 of the characters, if you know Lend Me a Tenor, you will recognize in this show. It's kind of what happened to these characters 10 years later.
All right, very good.
Yeah.
And so it's written by Ken Ludwig, and he's they say he's one of America's most prolific playwrights. And so, yeah, it's an uproarious tale of romantic indiscretions and madcap situations, and it's going to be a lot of fun. A Comedy of Tenors, February 21st through March 12th at Riverside Theatre, and this is going to be a blast. Now, Jen, is this the first time you've come to Riverside Theatre in Vero Beach?
It's not. Well, I think you could say it's the 3rd time. I was here, I did Boeing, which is another farce.
Okay.
I think like 10 years ago. And then we were supposed to do Comedy of Tenors last year. So I drove down from New York City and got set up in the apartment, and then the show got canceled. Oh. So I was actually in Vero Beach for a few weeks last year that ended up just being a vacation, which was lovely, but sad that we didn't get to do the show.
Yeah, not a bad place to take a vacation.
No, it's okay.
And you're here enjoying the beaches and the sunshine. And
it's beautiful. And I have to say, the sunset last night, I don't know when this airs, but the sunset last night was so beautiful. Yeah, you guys do it right here on Vero Beach.
Well, we'll take the credit for the sunset, sure. So you've been in a ton of productions. You've been in on Broadway. You've been in A Christmas Story. You've been in Seussical the musical, Beauty and the Beast. All these musicals. You must be very talented.
Well, lucky, I guess.
Okay.
You know, it's nice to be back. It's been a rough couple years for our industry, so it's nice to be a part of it again.
Very good.
Yeah.
And so, let's see. Tell me a little bit more about, in real life, about Jen Cody. How did you get your start? What got you involved in acting?
Well, you know, I was a dancer. I went to dance class, probably like a lot of, you know, young kids. I always say I grew up in upstate New York where it snows every day but June. So you did indoor things. So I studied dance. And then my dance studio took me to see a show in New York. And up to that point, I didn't grow up with a lot of theater in my house. I didn't know you could do it as a job. And I saw a production of Noises Off in New York City. And it really was the first time that I understood what comedy was. I mean, I was young, but it clicked in my head of people holding for laughs and people saying things a certain way to make people laugh. And I just decided almost on the spot, oh, this is what I want to do. So I went to school for acting. It also helps that I was 4'10", and I thought, well, a 4'10" dancer is rare. Yeah. So I went to school for acting, and been very fortunate.
Very good. And so, so you're an actor, you're a dancer. You have also done voice work. You play Charlotte LaBouffe in Disney's The Princess and the Frog.
Yes, and it's so thrilling. Every time I have come to Vero Beach, I stop at Disney on the way here. I'm a huge Disney fan. But I voiced a character in Princess and the Frog. I do a lot of cartoons and things, but I have to say that was probably my favorite experience behind the microphone.
Okay, very good. And you've been in American Dad and Robot and Monster and even Law and Order. And so what is, do you prefer to be on stage? Do you prefer to be in a studio behind a microphone or on a television set?
I think I just like to do really fun characters. And so while the mediums are different, I mean, there's positives to all of them. I mean, when you do live theater, it's immediate response. So you have the voices of the cheering and the applause. And if you're in a voice studio doing a voiceover, you don't have to wear any makeup and you can wear a ponytail. And you know, if you do TV, it's more of a director's medium, in that you do your work and you're not really sure what the end product is going to be. So they're all very different, but I think I like to just focus on creating fun characters.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
And and in Maria Morelli sounds like a very fun character for you to play.
Yeah, she's a hoot, and it's fun because while I'm Italian in the show, there's a Russian soprano in the show, and there's American accents. So it's like it's fun to create what this vibrant Italian force is amongst a bunch of other equally loud and present people.
That's great. That's awesome. A Comedy of Tenors is playing at Riverside Theatre February 21st through March 12th. And you can get tickets online at riversidetheater.com. And you can call the box office, 772-231-6990. And it's going to be, they call it a romantic madcap tale by Ken Ludwig. So we're all excited for it. And Jen Cody, is there anything else that you'd like to share?
I just come see the show. You're going to laugh. And I think right now we all could use a little laugh, right?
Absolutely.
So come see us. I think you will laugh with belly aching laugh, and you'll leave with an upset stomach.
All right. And you can appreciate the time and the effort the actors put into these characters, and the timing. And the timing has got to be on point with these
I
comedies.
say, you know, the thing with farces, it's like a musical. Mm-hmm. And so you will almost feel like you watched a musical, because there's choreography and there's actually singing in ours. And it's minute by minute. It's like a math problem that we're solving on stage for you. So
That's terrific. All right, very good. A Comedy of Tenors, and that's playing February 21st through March 12th at Riverside Theatre. Get tickets at riversidetheatre.com. Thank you very much, Jen Cody.
Thanks, Jesse.
All right, everybody, well, take care of yourself and stay tuned, and we'll see you next time on the Spot.